Hello, my name is Bill Dill with the Archdiocese of St. Paul, Minneapolis, Office for Marriage, Family, and Life. Of my many jobs here at the diocese, one is I get the privilege of taking high school students to the March for Life in Washington, D.C. each year on the anniversary of the Roe v. Wade Supreme Court decision. This year's trip took a turn that made it different than any other trip we've had before, and I suspect any one that we'll have in the future. After a successful rally and march in D.C., we tried to head back to Minnesota, but the snowstorm that hit the East Coast caught us in Pennsylvania. We got stuck behind an overturned tractor trailer, and our bus, along with many, many other buses returning for the march, all came to a standstill on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Mile marker 132.9, we'll always remember. It happened on Friday night that we stopped. When we were still there on Saturday morning, we decided to go explore. We needed water. We wanted to find out what was happening. But on our trip, we met many, many, many other pro-lifers, many Catholics stranded on the turnpike, and the fellowship was rich, sharing stories, meeting each other. It was like a family reunion with people we never knew before. Then we came across, we met a priest, and we asked about doing Mass, and he said, sure. So there was a pile of snow outside our bus that was put there by one of the backloaders that had come down the shoulder. And I asked the young people, can you make an altar out of that? And they said, sure. And they went to work making the now famous snow altar. A priest came by and helped them as well. They used their pro-life signs, squared off the sides. It was a pretty good altar. When you have snow, you make a snow altar. We invited all the friends that we had met on our walk. At least 10 buses were invited. Many of them came. As we walked back, it was amazing to see all these people streaming down to what we called the St. John Paul II Hillside Chapel. Pat Millay did music for us from St. Michael's in Prior Lake, and we had Mass right on the side of the turnpike. We didn't have many hosts. One parish gave me 4 hosts. There must have been a few others collected from other places, but we didn't have many. In the end, they tore them into little pieces, and every person who wanted to receive communion received communion that day, down to the last person. When I asked the young people about their experience, it was joy. The spirit on the bus that day was joyful. Nobody was hungry, which was really strange for a group of high school students. But the Lord was present. Where there are trials, God's grace abounds all the more, and it was quite evident that God's grace and presence were with us on this trip. I asked the young people, would you prefer that we would have gotten through and missed this experience, but gotten home sooner? And they all said, no. This snow Mass on the side of the Pennsylvania Turnpike was something they'll never forget, something they wouldn't want to miss, and something they shared on social media. We were all thrilled that our meager efforts reached people across the oceans, that reached people around the world, that everyone has heard about the March for Life, just because we had Mass.